Yeah, the game against Ole Miss definitely we were humming on both ends of the floor, and we like to say we were cooking, but yeah, to this point in the season that was our best performance on both ends.
For you, I mean, we see everything on the internet about Lexi and the five-star recruit with UConn, but can you quantify that into on the court? What does she bring to the table that's so different?
Yeah, we're really excited to get her back for Sunday, and what she's going to bring is a high level of basketball IQ first and foremost. I think just the natural instinctual things that you can't really give someone, she brings to the table. The ability to see the floor, pass, shoot, read openings, things like that. We're really excited about, and then she can score the ball, which everybody knows that.
How much of it an advantage now is you got a full roster that you can play with her having set that up until this point?
Yeah, it's been really nice for us because we've been able to go into our bench throughout the season already, and we're going to continue to do that. And it adds more depth. We have another player that's eligible to play, and it just gives us the luxury of resting people and not relying on someone to play 38, 40 minutes for us. And it's just really nice because there's not a drop off when we go to our bench. We really have been elevating when we go to our bench.
How does that? I don't want to say mess with because that seems like a horrible way to describe it. But how does that change the rotation that the girls have been getting used to?
Yeah, I think it'll take some time to evolve. We're going to continue, doing what we've been doing. It's working, and Lexi will work into everything accordingly, and over time. She hasn't played in a while, so it takes a little bit to get your legs back under you when you've set out like she has, and she'll certainly, be in the rotation as much as she has earned the right to be in there. No different than anyone else on the team.
Is this break too long or the right amount for a coach?
Yeah, well, I don't think basketball coaches really love breaks, especially when you're on a roll and you're winning. But I don't. But it's always good for them to rest a little bit, regroup, and obviously have the time for finals. But we're making up for it really fast. 4 games in 8 days, and they're all at home. So we're looking forward to 4 more opportunities here in our house.
I was gonna say when you have that long break followed by no break at all between games, are you tempted as a coach to kind of scout multiple teams at once, or how hard is it or easy is it to focus? Hey, we got to focus on one opponent.
Well, I think it's real important in our presentation to the team that we're focusing game by game. But as a staff, we're certainly looking collectively at all 4 games, and we've been working on all 4 teams during the break here, in different practices and different segments of practice.
So what have you seen from Houston Baptist?
Yeah, so a team that we're familiar with, we played them last year. Brittany and CC both had big games against them. Brittany had 34 points and 13 rebounds. CC 19 points, 7 assists. So it's a team that we're familiar with, and they lost some people from their roster that played well against us last year. But it was a tough competitive game, and I think their style of play, they like to penetrate a lot, kick for open 3-point shots. So it's I like the fact that our returners are familiar with them, and it'll be a good challenge for us. We have great respect for their staff and what they do.
Going back to the scout, is there something that all 4 of these teams coming up have in common that you can kind of cheat a little bit with regards to you're going to see this all 4 games, so we're going to have it ready for all 4 games?
Yeah, well, one thing that we know all 4 teams are going to bring is just gutsy play. They play hard, and they all drive the ball really well. They're very athletic, so that's something that's going to be consistent in all 4 games.
Being that it's year 2 in your program and you guys are undefeated, what does that mean to get out to that kind of start and just make those progressions?
Yeah, I think it's real important as you're rebuilding, and I've done this a few times, is that you can give credibility to what you're doing by having success, and I think that's what we're seeing now. We have credibility because they're tasting it, and our returners, a big adjustment that I've seen and a change that I've seen is their belief in that they can win. Last year we were teaching that all the time. What we see this year is that they're more confident and they believe that they can go out and do these things and have success. And then when you win, it gives it instant credibility. So I think that that's really important during the process of building, is that you can have success to give it credibility of where you're heading and what your culture is about.
It seems almost like a looking first the chicken or the egg situation. You want good players so that you can have success, but you need success to get good players. How do you kind of deal with that?
Yeah, it's quite the challenge, and I think just the ability to come in and as a staff collectively be about our culture daily, be about the process of what we're doing daily, and stick with that no matter what. No different than last year. We stick, be who you are, and be who you are daily through the ups and downs, a win or a loss. You've got to stay steady. You got to stay constant.
What have you seen so far this year that's been the biggest improvement, and what do you want to see this team improve in the next couple of weeks?
Well, again, I kind of answered that collectively and holistically in that we've got to continue to improve in every area. It's very early. Conference is right around the corner, right after Christmas. We open with Iowa State on January 3rd, and it's coming very quickly. So I think for us, it's just real important that daily that we are making progress in every area of the game and not being comfortable with where we're at.
The perceptions coming into the season was that you guys were going to be better than you were last year, and you were, again, better than the year before that. Are they, but after the game against Ole Miss, the exterior expectations would be like, well, what do we know about this team now? Because what we know about Ole Miss, you've seen this team. Are they playing like you thought they'd be playing, or are they even playing better than maybe you'd hoped at this point?
Yeah, I think for us, we measure, again, the daily progress. I don't think we make large predictions. We definitely want to be better than we were the year before every year. I mean, that's part of the rebuild, and that's part of the process of where we're headed. So it's important that we're measuring that daily as a staff. But just that progress and take it day by day and don't look too far ahead. But, we're very aggressive in what we want to accomplish.
One more question quickly about the culture. You said bringing it in and adapting your culture into the program. Is it as simple as that when you have the same players and you have better success? Is it as simple as just saying, hey, here's what we do, here's what we do well, we're going to embrace it? Because from the outside, it's hard to see, okay, you had about the same players from one year to another, but you have so much more success from one year to another. Is it as simple as just, hey, we change the culture and we embrace it?
Yeah, it's not simple, but
Yeah.
it's a daily process. You're fighting for the hearts and minds of your players every single day. I think that's something that we hold true to, and you have to remember that. I think as a coaching staff, but we were able to add a lot of new faces this year, and we have elevated our talent pool, and that is a large part of it. And getting those players in here, back to your original question, is getting them to believe in something bigger and greater and a program nationally on the rise. I mean, when we sit in homes and everything, we talk about we want to be a top 25 team all the time. Like, we want to go back to that status. This program has been there before. We're not magicians. We're not trying to do something that's never been done. This has been done here before. And we came here to do it again. Not to do it for the first time ever, but to do it again and to get them to believe and buy in. And our fan base, that's huge to get out there because our fan base is one of the best in the entire nation. I mean, there are not a lot of women's basketball programs that are getting 4,000 and 6,000 fans at a home game across the nation. It just doesn't happen. There are 10 or 15 programs that draw well, and we're one of them. And that's a huge selling point for everybody that we talk to.